Hello, welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's me, aproustian, and I am here in the cold. Last time I talked to, the young woman over there whose name I forget. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. And I think I need to talk to people in the tent. That's right, they wanted to use the church for something. The church is really not usable. Trash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice to keep the tent erect. Okay, so let's talk to people in the tent.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel, reminiscent of the sticker on the padlock, are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
Okay, I'll squeeze in.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Yeah, I feel ya.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
He gestures for you to squeeze in. Let's see here. Smells like sweat and laundry detergent, plus a trace of ether. Canister is filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. A pile of nasal sprays, brand name, Nosafed Ultra. That must be how I leave. Okay, let's talk to these guys.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Welshi tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
You're just gonna keep saying it's hardcore, aren't you?
Skibbity, skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think?
New task, solve the egghead puzzle. What? What puzzle?
The young man with the tape recorder acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
All
Here
right.
comes the night.
Did I solve this puzzle? Okay, I'm gonna try saying nothing the whole time. Says the young man with the tape player and the large boyadero boots. Lung-shaped trees sprout on his silver belt buckle. Lung-shaped trees. God, wow. That's so perfectly evocative.
Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore!
Still say
Hardcore
nothing.
To the mega.
Say
Internally
nothing.
coherent.
I could ask if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the whirling and rags hostel. No, I'm gonna still say nothing.
All car! All right! Yeah!
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the stuffy tent.
Hardcore! Ah!
He lets out an agonized roar over the feverish, obviously not too hardcore beat below. So hardcore.
Is it though?
He stops dead in his tracks, tilting his head to the side. I was just thinking that a moment ago.
One mind, one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
I have no idea if I have solved his thing or not. Like, this is... It's like, specifically, I think... Okay, there has to be some way to talk to this person, you just haven't found it yet. It's definitely not about signs. What if you just try again, find your way out of this maze of things to say? Yeah, they're just like basically like keep talking to him and try different conversational options.
We're close. True,
Okay.
hard, full, car.
Say nothing.
Hard car.
Still say
Hard
nothing.
car to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
Still say nothing.
Car. All right. Yeah.
Say
He
nothing.
furrows his brow as
Hard car.
Now I'm gonna try. No, but seriously, I'm a little worried it isn't.
The question is, what is the question?
That would have been good if I asked you a question, but I didn't. Now it's just idiotic.
But there was a question?
Ah, shit. Okay.
We're close.
Try the other one.
True, hard, hard car.
Say nothing.
Hard car
Say
to the
nothing. Say
internally coherent.
nothing. Say
All
nothing.
car. All right.
Say
He furrows his-
nothing.
Hard car.
Seriously, I'm real worried it
The
isn't.
question is, what is the question?
Just answer the question.
But there was no question.
Oh. Okay. So I will ask him about the whirling in
We're
rags
close.
guy.
True, hard, full, car. Hard car. Hard car to the internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko Kata, the place to be.
Making you think this doesn't really have anything to do with the
It's
case.
the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel.
Okay.
We're close. True. Hard car to the internally coherent. Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeko Kata, the place to be.
What is this Yeko Kata, this place to be? What does that mean?
Yeko Kata is a hardcore place.
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe, an agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer.
And
An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
okay. Not sure.
We're close. True.
see.
Hardcore to the internally coherent.
Okay.
All car. All right. Yeah.
Please tell me, what exactly are you doing?
Gotta get the people going.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
What's a party boy?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
There is a place far away in Cutler, beyond a certain latitude, known as Winter's Orbit, where there are 25 hours in a day. It is a tremendously cold place, abandoned to drunks and failed rock stars, full of eternite, depression, and half-finished ski-flying hills. The Suru lived there.
We're close. True. Hardcore.
Okay.
Hardcore to the internally coherent. All car. All right. Gotta get the people going.
I see.
Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible.
Okay, so that's not the way. The other way I did it before was right.
We're close. True.
There's-
Hardcore.
This
Hardcore
feels
to the
almost more like a
internally
memory
coherent.
thing.
All car. All. Gotta get the people.
Why?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
I think I am also a party boy.
Two on the track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
Huh. What have I not done?
We're close. True. Hardcore. Hardcore to the mega. Internally coherent. All car. All.
He furrows his brow.
Hardcore. Ah!
Is it though?
It is.
What is it? I mean, really?
The question. He tilts his head to the other side like an owl. The question is, what is the question?
No, but seriously, I'm a bit worried it isn't.
He frowns and starts bobbing his head back and forth once more. Hey, 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 I got there. It was to out Egghead, the Egghead.
The skin on your back is crawling. For a second, you can't even hear the music anymore. There is a hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane, right next to the canal. Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
You said you're worried. What do you think is wrong with the music?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm still in love with the hardcore.
He turns pensive all of a sudden.
Sometimes I just feel like anodic music is in its infancy, you know? For example, take this Arno van Eyck jam I've been pumping for the last months, and will continue pumping for the rest of 51. Isn't something holding it back from being hyper?
He thinks for a moment, then his expression clears.
It's like it's only ultra.
Only ultra.
I think it's super hardcore, but you're right. It's not hyper hardcore.
If anything, it sounds a bit proto, like it's not fully formed yet. You might be a moribund alcoholic and a failed cop, but you are pretty certain a thing cannot be both proto and hardcore.
Alright, well, I'm gonna say that then. It's proto, not hardcore at all.
Wow! Culture cop!
I mean, literal cop.
I think you might be right. But how could it become hardcore then? I know it in my heart, but cannot think it in my head. If this is not hardcore, how could anything be?
Just remembered something. I'm the police. Try to think if anything could make it harder core.
What? Guys, there's something happening in his head.
Think even harder.
Oh yeah! He's doing it!
But you're not. This is almost certainly a matter that surpasses the limits of reason.
My imagination fails
I
me.
know! So does mine!
Yeah, it sounds suspiciously like a question. I thought the question was, what is the question?
No! This is the answer!
Alright, I just remembered something. I'm the police.
Uh-huh.
The young man is bursting with anticipation. Actually, it's more likely to hinder us.
Oh!
Okay, I can't help you with this right now. I need something else, something extra.
Yeah!
He's not even the slightest bit disappointed. Physical instrument 2. It's a white check. Maybe your body can tell you what Arno van Eyck's jam is missing to make it harder core. I'll try it.
No,
Yeah, I didn't think
that
so.
would be silly. Your body isn't for thinking. It's for robust, wholesome things. Things like discus, javelin, and 400-meter hurdles. Discus.
I actually did run the hurdles. Alright. Are you a thought reader?
No nation, but transnation! No war, but class war!
So you're not a thought reader, you're a communist?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With a rebel yell!
Why aren't you a communist? Communism is the truth. I'm gonna lean into this.
I could be a communist! If you want that, do you want me to be a communist?
I mean...
Please don't turn him into a communist.
Oh yeah, turn him into a communist. Come on, it would be super.
Let's see. Do it, the future needs your help. Or, of course, or that path is too hardcore. I'll say be a communist, Egghead. The future needs your help.
Aye!
He yells. You guess he is a communist now. Tell me something else, big Egghead.
Communism rules the nation!
He looks at you with an almost impossibly wide, shining grin, looking to see if you approve. Right on, Comrade Luminary.
Here comes the sun!
Why are there lungs on your belt buckle?
Lungs are for love!
Why?
When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world loved her, and she loved it back. Yeah!
That is fascinating. I don't think I've ever run into a story where this kind of divine, miraculous thing was with the lungs.
Why wouldn't they be? Are the lungs not the place where you hold the breath of your soul?
Bourgeoisie love from a bourgeoisie god queen towards a world getting rapidly more bourgeoisie. That's lungs for you, is it? Huh. I'll say, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Love! In a woman's lungs. Lonely as I am, I'm not afraid. This strange, damaged feeling grows on and on. Cause I've never loved someone like you before.
Huh. Alright, goodbye, Egghead.
Alright! Here comes the night!
Why does art inspire you so much?
It does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
Would I fit into the art world? I mean...
Have you looked in the mirror lately? To be honest, you have the exact features of the modern artist, with that wild hair and those clothes. Perhaps you should try to write poetry someday, and critique architecture.
Hold on, is architecture also art?
Of course not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
No thank you. What about music? Is it art?
Only the most experimental kind.
I guess I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, don't I have to be 100% cop to get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from rote repetition, so be it. Opt in.
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street, you must also apprehend criminals of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
That'll be an interesting thought. Okay, who else we
Go
got
speak
here?
to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
A strangely dressed young man says without looking up from his toolbox. What if I want to speak to you first?
I suck at socialising, man. If you go speak to Andre, I'll have time to tune in, get a reading on your sign.
Before you finish talking, he's already turned back to his tools. That's why they mentioned signs earlier. Okay, I'll do that.
The young man picks up a thin metal saw blade and nods.
New task, sync the signs with Noid. Boy. Alright,
You see
Andre.
a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, that's such a normal introduction. I'm shocked. Shake his
His
hand.
grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid,
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
and Egghead.
Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast what is probably anodic music.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, We like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Wait, how many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Uh-huh, in the pipeline.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
Why are you here?
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
There's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
Dope heads.
Burnouts.
He angrily spits on a screw, then starts cleaning it.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Reversholt.
Strike that. The word.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts holed up in there are the worst kind.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
Let's see. I can say what kind. I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch. What kind?
The spooky kind.
What do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
Yeah, I'll look into it. Tell me more.
All right, man.
He claps his hands enthusiastically.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is. The boys exchanged giddy looks.
Estelle told me Noid put the padlock on the door. Why?
Oh, so you met her. Good. I did ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation. I had to do it in an hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Wait, how long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
Oh. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Oh my god.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Andre, do you know what involuntary manslaughter means?
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Yeah. I think I do catch his drift.
I knew you'd get it. You're one smart cop.
I get by. Now, where was I with that
He
padlock?
nods attentively, ready to answer the questions of one smart cop.
I need the key.
Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. All right.
Oh, the speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key that makes a sudden cool infused move, tossing it in your general direction. Oh my god, I can either be the cool cop, catch the key as it flies towards you, or let it fall to the ground and pick it up. I mean, of course. Of course.
You sense the trajectory of the little piece of metal and plastic. The object makes a small ringing sound as it approaches. Just the tiniest chime to your left.
Catch it.
Ka-ching! The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly.
Oh, I'm gonna play it cool. Thanks, man.
The speed freak nods to you.
Okay. Other questions.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Who exactly are these people inside the church?
Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses.
Glimpses? Who are these people? Secret agents? Stealth operatives?
Better safe than sorry, I guess? Anything more you can tell me?
Yes. There's also the machinery.
He leans in for emphasis.
When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it.
That is strange.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
But you haven't physically seen anyone?
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church. A couple of times. And we felt someone, or something, eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
I hope that is true, because I hope they haven't actually locked people in that church for the last week. Was that about something watching
Like,
you?
you aren't alone, you know?
It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean.
Not human? As in a ghost? Do you know what he means?
I don't know.
It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man.
A crab man?
Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and around the ceiling, like a crab.
It was stalking a cell, exhibiting ambush behavior.
What the fuck?
Odd. Crabs are usually marine creatures and not known for climbing walls.
Ambush behavior. Nod. Crab man.
Crab man!
Okay.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there.
So he hasn't even been in there lately. Is he afraid?
Oh, definitely.
You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab.
I will be nice.
There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense.
Can you tell me more about the machinery?
You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely.
How can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads if you haven't seen them?
Well, honestly, I can't. But I am.
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
I should add this to my own repertoire, or I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument. I'll go with you can't. Wow, you can't, but you do? I should add weaponized idiocy to my own repertoire.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers. Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Alright, we'll talk about something else.
Sure. What?
You mentioned some kind of Ecclesiastes own the church. What are these Ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
If you don't know what the founding party is, there might be a way to mask it with minor demagoguery.
What do you mean by meteorin, I guess? I can try to mask it, or I don't mask it. What do you mean by meteorin?
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi. On the Muindi Isla.
He looks at you, squinting his eyes to see if you're kidding.
One of the poorest of the first world nations today, but once a great ancient civilization. capital Tilakos by Percentic.
I think I'm just going to be honest with Andre here. I don't even know what the founding party is.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And
they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericarnassian church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the Innocentic system, no?
Doesn't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their church, or they sound exactly the kind who would want loud anodic music in their church. It doesn't sound like they would, but that doesn't mean I don't think that you should. I'll just go, they sound exactly like the kind who'd want loud anodic music in their church.
You're right, they do.
He says without the slightest hint of irony.
The Pericarnassian church is about love. Anodic music is about love. I got love for my Pericarnassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance.
He violently shakes the tape player as if to see if he can break it.
Love is hardcore.
Unity!
Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
He turns the volume up, then looks at you with a knowing nod, as if it's obvious he will now break into dance.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass, as if testing the waters.
Okay, no words, enjoy the beat, nod your head.
Feels good.
Okay. I don't quite understand what you're talking about. What's a posse?
Your posse's like your people, man. Like you got your cup posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
What about Kim? Let's see. Sounds like you're just saying random things. Love, posse, make noise. It does, but like, I support them with this. I guess love can be pretty hardcore.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
He nods his friend, then turns to you with a mischievous grin. Okay. Okay, you're right. How could the founding party be anything but enthusiastic? Dance music is about love, and so is the Pericarnassian church. I'm not convinced it is, but I want it to be true, so I'm going to say that.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
His friend forms a fist with a screwdriver still in his hand, approvingly so.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving. You feel like you could go for a little disco when, or if they get this club going. You've got it in you.
Nice. I wanted to ask you about the tent full of equipment.
Yes. What?
I see you brought your own water.
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
And it's distilled, too.
Oh,
He doesn't know what to say.
it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But he's slippery enough that there's nothing for you to grab hold of.
Hate to tell you, it reeks of sweat in here.
It does, doesn't it?
Told you we have a smell problem.
He picks up a piece of telephone cord and inspects it. I smell ether. Why?
Ether? I don't smell ether. Do you, Noid?
No,
Huh. It's mixed with a peculiar chemical scent like laundry detergent.
He sniffs the air, then shrugs. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess it's drug-related.
Yeah.
They look and act like the kind of guys who've done their fair share. However, their breathing is regular, their jaws stay put, and their pupils aren't dilated. So, not under the influence right now. At least, not under the influence of stimulants. That doesn't rule out hallucinogens, benzos, some depressants. How do you know all this?
What's with the nosofed?
The what now?
He leans in to hear you better. Point at the bottle of nasal spray in the corner. The Nosofed Ultra. You have a lot of it lying around.
Oh, the old Ultra. We
He's like an actor looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter, can't even breathe.
Sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosefed's doing. Without the noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosefed is the shit.
Could I have some? I have some nose problems too. Okay, I mean these are clearly drugs, but I am going to ask.
Sure.
Oh, the
Here you
healing
go,
item.
officer.
Yay!
The noser. Blast away.
I see. Perfect. Alright, enough.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Oh, shit. -2, because I'm convinced you're a smart guy. God, that's low. Shit. Okay, well, it's a white check, so I'll try it.
Well, first of all, you're a smart cop, and a smart cop like you would understand if something wasn't quite right. So this should be easy.
Uh-oh. Rub your chin. What's the gist of
The
it?
gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before making up your mind. This is going well.
Oh, God.
Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete. Their story checks out.
Oh, dear. That's it
As
for now.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
Okay. Was that that was a logic check. I could double check that actually by looking at my map. Right? R1, here we go. I don't actually understand. Okay, logic, okay. So I was right, it is logic. Okay, let's see first of all what I've got from my bonuses here. I don't have anything logic at the moment, so let's see if I have anything here. I thought I do. Yep, this has logic. Does just improving that... that'll improve my logic. I was like, I'm not sure if just the one thing, and then this is logic and it's the hats. Okay. Like, I'm not sure if it would have made more sense to just try it one at a time and increment up, because then I'd have more chances.
Hi
But I
again.
figured this...
So, how are things going?
Okay, so it's still locked. I have to actually put skill points in. Okay.
As always,
That's
we'll be
fine.
right here.
But I've also improved my chances, I think, pretty significantly. But I'll save my second skill point in case I need to try
Hi
it again.
So, how are things going?
Ah, haha, here we go. Because now I have lots of bonuses. Okay, let's try this.
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look. How about gather around, kids?
Okay, kids, now gather around.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned.
Can I just point out that my super logic-y get-up here is ridiculous looking?
Their would-be leader is less amused.
Oh, I could say that. Betrayal was evolved or became the shadow you see now. Okay, well, I'll just do... I've got bad news for you, Andre. Things don't add up.
What things?
Yeah, this isn't the makings of a club. It's a tent full of laboratory equipment for manufacturing drugs.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
He points at the speaker.
One speaker, They have one speaker.
Where's his friend? Did he lose his friend? Let's see. Yeah.
What do you mean, friend?
The other speaker. You only have one.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've definitely never heard of monodynamic or one-speaker systems.
Indeed. You have no headphones. Wouldn't a cell need her headphones to spin tape?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
Yeah, you pawn them for lab equipment and drug ingredients.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
Yeah, the Nosafed is the active ingredient.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Likely pseudoephedrine, almost exactly the shape of ephedrine. Ephedrine makes you happy, and so does pseudoephedrine.
The distilled water, cornerstone of a clean lab.
And of all cellular-based life. What's your point, Lawbringer?
Yeah, the ether in the air, useful solvent, good for getting acting agent out of the solution.
Make up your mind. First it's the sweat, then it's the ether.
Yeah, there's no need for me to pile on anymore, is there?
No shit.
He sounds tired. In short, you try to use a police detective to set up a drug lab.
That's... Come on, that's...
Preposterous?
I meant to say, not true.
What are we gonna do with you?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
God, I don't like being a cop. Let's see here. Yeah, you know, yeah, I don't really care. I just wanted to crack the case. Do you want, and I'll do what I want.
Really?
Oh, damn. Oh, no, I really can. Oh. But I also want to find out what's going on. So, okay, tell me what's going on immediately. There's an audible clank as he lets a wrench drop into the toolbox. We'll see. Now
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again. Then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol.
Because we are! We totally are!
We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
why did you need me?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
Not really spooky, are they?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there.
Uh-huh.
But the sign was way off too. I couldn't feel the love at all.
So, what now?
Okay. I can ask for a bribe. I can arrest them. I can evict them. I can proceed with the club. I could do both. Or I need to look into the spooker situation. You know what? I'm gonna... My inclination, by the way, is to be like, just do the club. But I understand that is riskier, but like, for them, like, financially. But I'm gonna look into the spooker situation, because I do want to see what's going on there.
We can continue on an amiable path, right? No more misunderstandings, no more lies. Before you go, is there anything else you need?
He nods, smiling cautiously. Yeah, that's
As
it for
always,
now.
We'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah!
Interesting. Okay, I do still need to talk to Noid, actually, so, but I am out of time for today. So I'm gonna leave it here, and next time I'll talk to Noid, I'll investigate the church, we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'll catch you later. Bye!